So a lot of people want to talk about the earth, the shape of the earth. I don't blame them. Let's talk about why I believe, TikTok, you heard me, I believe that the world is absolutely not a spinning ball. Why I believe it's actually quite impossible for it to be a spinning ball. And at this point, honestly, for me to even consider it a spinning ball, even for a sliver of a second, would be insane. I would have to be insane, literally. I would have to classify myself as insane, probably, and find somewhere to check into and, you know, go take a few weeks off, because the idea of living on a ball that is spinning 1,000 miles an hour at the equator, okay? 1,000 miles an hour like this, around, in a circle, going around the sun, 66,000, it was 66,600 miles an hour. But here's the thing, NASA has used over 33 units of measurement. And 33 is a Masonic number. And I'll clear that up right now. My name is with the Sun 33 because when my uncle died, he told me that our last name was a 33. So it holds something in it. It's close to my heart. It has nothing to do with masonry. I know things because I read a lot. Anyway, they have used over 33 units of measurement that have 666 in it. Okay? It's a way of them letting us know that things are fake. But that's a whole nother thing I'll get into later. Now, it's spinning around the sun 66,000. They rounded it up to 700 miles an hour because of all those shenanigans. Not only that, though, it's chasing the sun through an infinitely expanding galaxy, okay? And we're going always, we're never ever to return to the same spot ever again. So where we are today, we will not be tomorrow, all right? Not even close. So many thousands of miles away. However, when I look up every night, the North Star is in the same exact spot. It's in the same spot. And for people that say it isn't, okay, you could literally drill a hole through a tree as long as it's pointing directly at that star, and you could look through that hole for the rest of your life, for the rest of your family's life. You could look through it in thousands of years and it's still gonna be there. So let me ask you, does that make any sense at all? Okay, it doesn't. It doesn't. As a matter of fact, it starts to get really crazy, okay? Because a sundial, for one thing, when you learn about light, when you really start to understand light and shadows, which the ancient people did, they were freaking geniuses. What they realized was that the sun is circling around us. Why did they realize this? Well, that's easy, because when you make a sundial, if you make one at home, just in your house, a little one, take a paper plate, draw some little lines on it, take a flashlight. If they say, because they say that the sun rises in the east and sets in the west, okay? Now we're on this spinning bullshit ball, and the sun is going above us. Above us. It rises in the east and sets in the west. That means it goes from one side all the way above us to the other side. That is 1,000% not how sundials work. You can't get a sundial to work like that. It's impossible. The sun, for a sundial to work, has to go around in a circle around whatever it's lighting. That's just the way it has to work, or they do not work. So, I mean, there's another absolute 1,000% proof, because you just can't get it to work unless you do it the right way. So it's funny, you know, we've had the most simple, obvious answers right in front of our face this whole time, but we have been distracted with nonsense. All right, let me remind you that Rockefeller, you know who Rockefeller is? John D. Rockefeller, most famously quoted for saying that he wants a nation of workers and not thinkers, because he owned everything. in the early 1900s. And he also created the Board of Education in 1903, and he is the reason why our curriculum is the way it is, why our education system is the way it is, because they certainly have not changed it. What a sad, sad America we live in. I'll tell you, it's a sad world, because the Rockefellers, and that's just why it's another proof that we are already living in a one world order, okay? And they do it because you get order out of chaos. So they create chaos, they get order out of it. They do it because they own us. They own us because maybe they made us. They made us originally to enslave us. And I believe that at one point they stopped enslaving us because maybe we were made in their image. Listen, I'll just go right into it. We were made in their image, in the image of the Elohim. You want to read the Bible? I got every version of the Bible, every version. I have literally over 25 Bibles at my house. In my house, every single version you could ever possibly imagine. I've read them. I've studied them. I wrote many papers on them. Part of my book is about it. Okay, the Elohim, El is an ancient Phoenician word for the ancient Phoenician Canaanite deity, El, which is where we get words like electricity and elite, because when you become an elite, you become a member of the club. And this is all Saturnian, ancient Saturnian worship, Saturnian brotherhood. The Germans in the World War II, I can't say this word, but they were part of a Saturnalian brotherhood. It's about chaos and order. And they create chaos and they get order. Okay? The El, Elohim, they may have created us. And what that means is El, like I just said, the ancient Phoenician Canaanite deity. It's also known as Saturn, also known as Kronos, Father Time, all of these things. I teach 1.5 to 2 hours. I could talk forever about El, just that one thing. It's fascinating. I love it. It's fascinating to me. Ohim was a pluralization. Sorry, see what I mean? Ohim was a pluralization. So Elohim means the gods. So we were made in their image, like it says in the Bible. All right, I believe that. Which I also believe, in that case, then I believe there are family bloodlines on this earth that run the show, and they're still here doing the same old shit, and we're all falling for it like a bunch of fools. So I'm out here screaming at the top of my lungs, and I'm being wiped off the internet by the day. So I had to make my own website and everything. If you want to go check it out and see what I learn, what I study, and if it interests you, you can check it out, withthesun33.com, and uncensored on Telegram, withthesun33. And my name is With the Sun, so if you're good with etymology, you can figure it out. I love you all.